getting ready this week with Tua coming back, how do you scout this week? I mean, I know you know them to a degree, but their offense seems a lot different with him, obviously, and they haven't had a lot of games with him. One of them you guys played in.
Yeah.
How much does that change, hamper, alter the scouting process this week?
I feel like we got history playing against Tua for the last 4 or 5 years, however many years it's been. So there's definitely a lot of tape we can go back and watch from those games. And most of the pieces up front are the same on the O-line. I think it's the same people. So yeah.
So really not much different than I know usually. Go ahead.
I think their offense looks a little bit different because teams during the season evolve, and what they were doing in week 2 isn't the same thing that they're doing in week 9. So it's a little bit different, but yeah.
You guys from shouting them the last few games, describe how much different their offense is with Tua.
From what, them not having him?
Not having him to having him like last week.
I feel like they probably just put more in the quarterback, having the starter back in. You put, like any team, if your starter's not in, you got a backup in, you're kind of going to probably make things more simple concepts, run the ball a little bit more, but with Tua obviously back, it opens up the whole entire offense, kind of how it was in the beginning of the season.
What does Vaughn coming back mean for you guys as a edge group and pass rushers?
I mean, it means a lot. We've missed him for sure. Vaughn's a great player, great dude, and just having him back out there on the field during practice, being able to just chop it up with him, it's pretty cool.
He's been in the building the last couple weeks though anyway, right? I mean, is it easier to incorporate him again because he's been around a little while?
Yeah, I mean, he never really left for real. I think he was gone for like a week and a half, 2 weeks. So it was never like nothing crazy, but it's cool to have him back out there at practice and just being able to just be on the grass with him. Kind of missed it.
You guys run D in the red zone, especially 3-yard line in, has been one of the best in the league this year. I think it's 2 touchdowns allowed out of 11 rushing plays.
Yeah.
What about this defense makes it uniquely able to stop that particular type of play?
Really just heart, and kind of having that mindset of defending every single blade of grass on the field, like during the game. Shout out to the offense for getting him down before you scored, because you never know what's going to happen. So even if the ball's at the 1-yard line, inch-yard line, doesn't matter. You could always get a stop. So I mean, we kind of take pride in that.
Sean talked about pad level being an important technique part of that.
Yeah.
How much, especially for you being a taller guy, how difficult is that for you to be able to get as low as you need to be?
It's a challenge for sure, but the challenges in life, they pay off. So you have a good pad level, good hands, good eyes, and you're able to get stops down there in the goal line. So yeah.
How big is that pad level part of it? I mean, you talk about mentality. How much is it maybe technique instead of mentality making those stops?
I mean, I feel like pad level is classic in football. Like the lower man always wins. I've been hearing that since I was like 7, 8 years old. Like the low man wins. So being able to be low and strike with your hands on the goal line when every single inch or blade of grass counts and it matters, it goes a super long way.
The one other thing about this I want to ask is, last year you guys were actually one of the last place teams in this department, defending 3-yard and in, and this year you're one of the best teams.
Yeah.
Mostly same personnel. Any explanation why that would be from your point of view?
No, I feel like that's just how the game goes. From year to year, there's going to be some things that you were better at last year that you might have kind of dipped and got a little worse at, like statistically, and then vice versa. There's going to be things that you weren't so good at last year that you're going to be a lot better at the next year. I feel like our mindset hasn't really changed too much from last year to this year, but definitely got better in some ways.
Cool. All right, man. Thanks,
Sure.